Hello and welcome to another exciting weekend edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. On today's agenda, we'll be exploring an initiative to help mothers give their babies a healthy start in life, plus high school students getting a second chance, and see how you can grow some of the food you eat right at home. Stick around for these and more interesting features right after this important message.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
We begin with our HealthWise segment, zooming our lens on an initiative to reach more vulnerable women and help provide better prenatal and maternal health care. It's the Start Right initiative. Take a look.
Provision of prenatal support as well as timely management and treatment can make the difference between life and death for mothers as well as their babies.
You recognize that some mothers don't turn up until the baby is literally ready to be delivered.
Government intends to change that with a maternal and a newborn health initiative called Start Right.
Start Right brings before us a tremendous opportunity to improve our maternal health offerings, but even in a broader sense, the family. Ensuring a mother's well-being before, during, and after pregnancy will enable her for better care for herself and her newborn.
The program forms part of government's effort to reduce the maternal mortality ratio to 70 per 100,000 live births by the year 2030. Jamaica's maternal mortality rate at 2018 ranges 93.5 per 100,000 live births.
We have some targets that we focus on. In Jamaica, we are trying to reduce our maternal mortality ratio to 70 per 100,000 live births by the year 2030. We're some ways from that. I am told, are 110 per 100,000. In 2016, we had gone down to 93.5 per 100,000 in 2018, and the preliminary data in 2019-2020, those terrible COVID years suggest that it has inched back up. I don't have this specific number, but that's something that we have to keep working towards.
With Start Right, vulnerable mothers and their babies will now have greater access to diagnostic services across the public health system. The initiative is a partnership involving the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the American Friends of Jamaica, AFJ, and the Jamaicans Abroad Helping Jamaicans at Home, Jaja Foundation. Included in the supplies are handheld ultrasound machines or butterfly monitors. The portable devices, supported by iPad technology, will enable early and rapid diagnosis, such as screening for birth or heart defects, prenatal testing, and checks for pregnancy complications.
So we're focusing on pregnancy with the donation of and the provision of training on the use of these portable ultrasound machines, and after pregnancy with the donation of needed supplies to aid in the care of both mother and child. Which is very important.
This device is truly a game changer. For example, instead of bringing patients to another department to have an ultrasound being done, this device is 100% portable and can be placed in the doctor's pocket, as I just demonstrated. And you can see here, truly streamlining patient care.
We hope that we will actually move on to phase 2. Our goal is to have these handheld devices in as many doctors' pockets as possible.
In the initial phase, 100 adolescents and other vulnerable mothers will receive snuggle nests, a portable infant lounger bed, as well as essential items including diapers and skincare, oral care, and hygiene products.
This snuggle nest will also be critical. The intention is to use it starting with vulnerable mothers as a pilot, and hopefully incentivize them to come to the clinic for prenatal care, and then hopefully allow the health system, doctors and nurses, to better understand their particular circumstances and give the babies and mothers the best possible outcome.
The benefiting facilities are spread across the island and include Victoria Jubilee, Kingston Public, Cornwall Regional, Black River, Savannah Lamar, St. Anne's Bay, Maypen, Princess Margaret, Mandeville Regional and Spanish Town Hospitals, and the University Hospital of the West Indies. And by March, plans are in place to expand the program to aid 2,000 expectant mothers. The Start Right program, giving vulnerable mothers and their babies a head start at life.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
We're switching lanes now to the business of education. We'll learn how the ministry overseeing the sector is allowing students who did not do well at fifth form to complete 2 additional years of high school and pursue higher education. Take a look.
Teacher chose him to do 3 subjects. He passed 2 and failed 1, get a 4. This is precisely why the ministry moved in this direction. We are cognizant that not every child will move at the same pace, and so pathways, learning programs must be created for them.
Effective September 1, 2022, all students leaving fifth form at public high schools enroll in an additional 2 years of higher learning. This is done through the Sixth Form Pathways Program, an initiative of the Ministry of Education that's geared towards ensuring students receive the skills and competency development needed for today's advanced society. The program is also open to students who dropped out of school before completing fifth form once they are between the ages of 16 and 18. Having completed the Caribbean Secondary Examination Certificate at the end of fifth form or grade 11, students will be eligible for the program and must register at their current high school. Here's a look at the program in action.
Secondly, the infant mortality rate. How did that affect how many children the people want to have?
At Charlie Mount High, nestled in the hills of St. Catherine, an abandoned building was quickly retrofitted to accommodate the increased number of students due to the Sixth Form Pathways program.
We have a large number of students applying for our sixth form program. And so within the pathway program, due to space constraints, we can only take a small number. We would want to take a lot more. And so those who are unable to join us and continue with us, we recommend them to other institutions.
140 students are currently enrolled in the program.
From grade 7 coming up, I've always leaned more to sciences, so it was quite easy when he came on to go into sixth form to select those subjects.
I was previously in Pathway 2 doing business subjects such as entrepreneurship and customer engagement. I have now matriculated to Pathway 1 by attaining all 5 CSEC subjects and is now doing all sciences. These would include agricultural science, environmental science, and computer science.
Desonja, who was previously in lower sixth form, was able to pursue an additional CSEC subject so she could qualify for the traditional Pathway 1. On Pathway 1, students pursue Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations CAPE subjects at the diploma or associate's degree level. Pathway 2 is the technical route and includes a mandatory NVQJ skill. Pathway 3 allows students to get additional CSEC subjects or pursue a specialized skill.
The Pathway program brought new initiatives. It allows us to be able to assist some of our students who would have not done well at CSEC. This gives us a second opportunity, a second chance to look at our students, to give them the opportunity for them to get to understand themselves and to do well.
What about the word independence now? How does that come in? Somebody said independence. Good. So what I want you to do in your group now is to analyze the criticisms that have been put forward against the demographic transition model.
Students are guided by their sixth form coordinator so they can be properly placed.
I would have had persons in pathway 2 that is now matriculated to pathway 1 because they were given the opportunity with their 1 or 2 subjects to sit those and come again to do the CAPES at pathway 1.
Charlemagne stands ready to work and to continue the program, the sixth form pathway program with the Ministry of Education. Each year we graduate, or in our graduating cohort, we have over 250 students, and we would love to have at least 3/4 of that number continue with us.
Since September 1, 2022, the Sixth Form Pathways program is offered at no cost to students. The government will pay $17,000 per student in secondary schools, $80,000 per student in private tertiary institutions, and $60,000 for students in public tertiary institutions. At the end of the program, students in high school will earn a National School Leaving Certificate Level 2. Students who participate in the sixth form only program at tertiary institutions will receive the same certificate once they have completed the full 2 years.
In the future, I'd like to become a veterinary technician. The pathway that I'm on now, I'd excel in my science subjects because I'm in the science class. I would need more subjects to be accepted into the college of my dreams.
So my dream is to become a pharmacologist or something within the field of pharmacology. So I consider the sixth form pathway right now as a milestone in that, a journey. So it's paving the way for me to attain that dream.
Looking for that next science project, one that will make a lasting impact, and one that's also economically beneficial? Look no further than the National School Tree Planting Competition. We're calling on all schools from early childhood right up to the tertiary level to sign up for this worthy cause. The school that plants the most fruit or ornamental trees will get $300,000. Visit the Forestry Department's website to submit your entries for a chance to win awesome cash prizes and awards. Don't forget to download the 876 Trees app and see the progress of each tree planted. Get those green thumbs working and let the planting begin. Entries close on February 28, 2023.
The Jamaica 4-H movement can assist urban dwellers establish gardens to grow some of what they eat. Come with us to see one such garden you may want to establish for yourself.
Urban gardening is the cultivation of vegetables, fruits, aromatic plants, and herbs in an enclosed space or your backyard. It's an ideal way for those with little space to participate in the process of food production, saving money while feeding themselves. Practical application is one of the best methods of imparting new knowledge. The Jamaica 4-H clubs ran with that concept when it set up an urban garden display project at 123 Duke Street in downtown Kingston.
This project was born out of the COVID pandemic, where we recognize that food production has to become everybody's business. Traditionally, most of our food in Jamaica is cultivated in rural areas. We believe that even if you are in a dormitory community without land space, we believe that there's still an opportunity for you to produce. In this urban model, you would realize that we are demonstrating how you can do air planting, how you can do planting on your fence line, how you can produce food in different media. And so we are utilizing a fully integrated approach from collecting your own water, by generating your own nutrient within the urban garden model setting, to be able to produce the food that you will eat.
There are a few vital things that plants need to grow. These include sunlight, proper temperature, moisture, air, and nutrients.
One of the basic pieces of technology inside our urban model garden is to demonstrate rainwater harvesting. From your roof, you're collecting your water, not only your roof, but just anywhere there's a runoff, because it could be a runoff underground. And what you want to do is to be able to have some storage capacity.
In the 4-H urban garden, the water is stored underground to ensure there is more available space on the surface. Of course, your environment will determine the most effective setup for your system.
One of the good things about Jamaica, other than when we have night, we always have sunlight. There are some plants that requires a lot more lighting than others. And so one of the things we demonstrate or we share with urban gardeners is where you put what. So there are some plants that you can do indoors. There are some plants that will strive and do better if they were to be grown outdoor. Whether you're using container, you're using your fencing, you're using backyard, front yard, or your rooftop. Another feature that is demonstrated here is composting. To my right is our composting area, and we have a roto-composting bin, as well as we have a regular bin. And in fact, just about all the vegetative matter and the waste from the birds and the animals across there are in fact all placed into our composters, and that is broken down to provide organic matter. Because again, your soil needs that for aeration, it needs it to add humus, and that's what is going to allow your plants to grow well.
And all this can be done in your own space. Livestock is another avenue you can choose in your urban gardening. Rabbit rearing is an excellent source of protein, and it doesn't require much space. You can also use the plants in the garden to feed them. Other animals can be included, such as chicken and fish.
We do a lot of different birds here. You can do your ornamental fish, you can do your tilapia, and you can also do your domestic hens. Because that's something we are also promoting, is to get back to those domestic hens for eggs and meat. There are many things you can do in terms of livestock. It's almost as diverse as you're going for crops.
To replicate this model in your urban space, speak with your Jamaica 4-H Club's parish officer. You can receive seeds and other planting material to get you started.
One of the biggest threats right now in the world is not war or COVID, is really to have a sustainable supply of food. And the view is that no longer can we only rely on the traditional food producer. I think food production has to become everybody's business. And I think the extent to which we are able to get all our people to produce some of what you will consume, I think is one of the greatest steps we can take in looking at the phenomenon of food sustainability.
A strategy the Jamaica 4-H Society has started to aid in maintaining sustainable food within communities. And if you haven't begun the process in your space yet, you can start now.
Effective customer service is important in all government entities that provide services to the public. The most basic customer interaction can affect an organization's reputation and their customer relationships. Here are 7 elements of service excellence that will improve your service delivery. Timeliness and effectiveness. Service providers must provide prompt and accurate service in a timely manner. Effective communication. Appropriate channels should be provided to make information readily accessible and collect customer feedback. Proficiency and competency. Service providers must have the relevant technical expertise and customer service skills to satisfy the customer's needs. Responsiveness. Service providers must be quick to adapt and adopt changes to improve service to customers. Customer and people-centric. Service providers must identify and respond to the needs of their customers, whether through technological or environmental changes. Professionalism. The acceptable behaviors and attitudes that form the culture of the organization should include respect and courtesy to all customers. Service standards. Government-wide standards should be developed by the public sector and applied to each ministry, department, or agency for which the organization should be held accountable. All government entities should use the Service Excellence Policy to guide service delivery and establish a culture of service excellence in the public sector. To access the Service Excellence Policy, please visit the Public Sector Modernization Division's website today.
On this final leg of today's Jamaica Magazine journey, we dig into GIS TV's archives for the sights and sound of our people on reggae, from its infancy to maturity.
From deep within the archives, on reels no longer supported by the platforms of a technological modernization in the transmission of sounds and images, comes the story of a people and their relationship with the music they have bred.
Reggae! Reggae music is vast, brother. Yes, sir. Reggae music is roots. Not the dread. Yes, sir. Is our kind of music that, brother? What me say?
If reggae can ever be edged to a set place, then 13 Brentford Road is its home. It was here at Studio One in 1968 that Rocksteady briefly went back 20 years, married the folk rhythms of Mento, and gave birth to reggae.
The new art form experienced its share of birthing pains as the so-called elites of society struggled to accept its revolutionary presence, while those from whose experiences it sprung cleaved onto this evolution in expression.
Reggae music is something that I think most of our people are ashamed of. I don't know why this should be, because it is coming from our roots. So much people are naked like them shame.
You agree? Truly? Sure, them just shame what truly belongs to them. What me say?
That's how we stay sometime, do I?
Truly?
Well, I think that the rhythm is very good, and we like it a lot in Jamaica here.
As myself coming from New York, I only thought that I would dig soul music, just, you know, funky music. But as I hear the reggae music, I like it.
I like reggae music very much because, right, it shows a lot of culture, right? It tells from the plantation days, the type of music the people used to sing, right? And it sort of reveal what really was going on in that time, right? Up till now, right?
It's something you can't just sit down and listen to. You have, you get the feeling to move.
Reggae music is our high-style music. Same way like how soul music belongs to stage, reggae music belongs to J. And my favorite artist are Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Probably because it's part of me, and we create it, I don't know. But I think I enjoy playing reggae very much.
I really dig reggae music, but whenever time I hear reggae music, I feel like dancing,
dancing mood.
Generations later, and the narrative retains echoes of past sentiments with the addition of new layers.
Reggae changer, I can't say like it changed a bit, you know, but still reggae beat. The old one is better, the new one not much to me. I just love the old stuff.
When I'm working, I listen to my music, keep me going, you know.
If me go dance and them music then I'm play, me not really stay there.
It means everything. It's a part of Jamaicans' history, so it defines who we are as Jamaicans.
It means everything. It means love, it means peace, it means understanding.
Reggae is a lifestyle. Reggae is a lifestyle, a Jamaican lifestyle. Yeah, even the lifestyle you live, because even they tell you in the farm, you know, you work hard every day, hustle hard every day, and the music says reggae. So, reggae is life, man, you know?
Reggae has become what some prophesied, a few decried, and almost none could truly imagine.
Reggae is no longer seen in the world as alternative music or third world music or new wave music.
It's doing good. I think there are a lot of guys who make a lot of money from it, but it is good. I think maybe probably next to tourism.
People know Jamaica not only for our sand, sun and beach, but they know us for our music. So when you go abroad and people be like, you're from Jamaica, you know Bob Marley, you know such and such, all because of our music. So reggae is our definition of Jamaica.
It is the strongest component in the brand Jamaica construct.
Reggae artists and those who specialize in its offshoot dancehall have won major musical awards. In life and past death, its greatest ambassador retains an undeniable international presence that has demanded respect from world-renowned publications. Since 2009, the entire month of February has been dedicated to its celebration at home. It was instrumental in garnering capital Kingston the designation by UNESCO as a creative city of music. And in 2017, the Jamaican government submitted a nomination dossier to have reggae inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage for humanity.
This international protection instrument will ensure that the origins of reggae and its derivatives are appropriately documented and safeguarded for present and future generations. It is fascinating to reminisce on the early days when Jamaican music struggled to germinate, and the pioneers were classified in some cases as undesirables right here at home.
But even then, in its infancy,
well, I think that reggae is a good music, here to stay, and I think reggae music belongs to us and we ought to show it, right?
And now,
reggae is hot commodity and the world has embraced it, but we are proud to declare that we still own it.
Respect must be given whenever respect is due. One more time, let's give it up for Jamaica and reggae music.
And this is where we end today's journey inside Jamaica Magazine. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for another show. Until then, there is more to watch by visiting our website, jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Until next time, do take care and live good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.